So the links has been shared. So we are already discussed about historical development of HR. Then we also discussed functions of HRD. Coming to activities of HRD, this we have already discussed functions and goals of HR. That is the core functions of HR is staffing, development, compensation, safety and health, maintaining good employee and labor relations, development of human resources, training and development, organizational development, how to do the recruitment, that is how to attract the talent, how to select, how to train, what kind of assessment can be done, and how to reward, what is demand planning, that is the demand for the staff will be fluctuating. So HR should have the demand, that is demand forecasting, that is production people's or the president, he will have vision for 2 years or 3 years, what is he going to do and what will be the manpower required, and he will pass that requirement of the manpower to the HR department. So that is what is called as the forecasting. Like product forecasting, similarly you have manpower forecasting, that is how much is the manpower going to be required for the next year, or there can be variation, seasonal variation also, as I gave example last time, that suppose umbrella manufacturers, so he will require more peoples in the month of April, May. Ice cream, cold drink manufacturers, so there the requirement of the peoples or the staff will be more in summer. So this is what is called as the HR forecasting or staffing forecasting. Here you have human resource practitioners guide. So HRIS means human resource information system. Like you have MIS, that is management information system. So similarly you have human resources information system. So HRIS is a system that is used to collect and store data on an organization's employees. See, now you know very well that just with employee code, one employee code, uh, the organization is able to retrieve all the information about that particular employee, and that information can be recorded even for years together. So maybe 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. The companies like Godrej, they keep the informations even for 25 years or 30 years. Like suppose if somebody, has left the organizations in the year 1985 and he has not collected his dues, like whatever it is, like pension, provident fund, uh, and even if he approaches after 25 years or 30 years, the company like Godrej, they have very powerful information system. They are still able to retrieve the data. So such a kind of documentation or recording system they have. And in 85s and 90s, it was not digitized; it was manually, but still, that all manual data they have converted, they have digitized, and that too it is very fast also. Within a day or 2 days, they can retrieve the data of the staff who were working during the year 1985, 1990, that is 30 years back. So definitely has advantages of human resource information system. That is, first is, as I told, record keeping. Then second is compliance. So compliance means it will have, the record will have information uh, which will be useful for identification of the staff or the employees in case of fraud or in case of misbehavior, in case of accidents. So this data can be used. Then efficiency. That HRIS, that is Human Resource Information System, will provide you accurate data, accurate information within no time. Then HR strategy. So it will allow or it will permit human resource department for tracking of the data, hmm, which is required, hmm, for business. Then another benefit is self-service HR. So self-service HR may it will enable employees to manage their own affairs. Like in many organizations, especially in IT, like Atos, Intel, TCS, it is wonderfully digitized. Application of leaves. There is no hard paper. Completely digitized. Uh, you have to apply for the leave online. Then joining letter, even the resignation letter, even the relieving letter, everything is digitized, everything is online. So that is what is called as the self-service HR. Like conventional system, you have to fill in the form. Like suppose if you want to go on a leave, uh, say tomorrow, then you are applying for a casual leave. So you have to collect a application form. Then you have to write your name, everything on that, the reason for um, going on leave, and then you have to take the signature. Then there are some constraints like you have to adjust your all duties, your work. Some alternative has to be uh, arranged. So this all is eliminated in digitized, and there are many companies who are adopting this. So that is what is called as the self-service HR. So as I told that HRIS functions is applicant tracking system, that is in case of accident, misbehavior, payroll, that is nowadays even the payment, salary is calculated automatically. The HR department or personal department, they don't have to calculate the salaries. So everything, the data is tracked how many days he was present, how many days he has gone half day, how many days he has applied for the leave. So every based on this monthly data, the salaries will be calculated as per the program fed. Otherwise, manually, if you want to do it, it will take a lot of time. Then it will have, a, a additive advantage of administration. So your administration becomes very easy and efficient. So these are the functions like applicant tracking, training, succession planning, employee self-service, reporting, payroll, benefits, time and attendance. Succession planning means like suppose if somebody is retiring or some like uh, cushion, like somebody is retiring or somebody is absent or somebody falls sick. Okay, so who is the alternative? Huh? Who is the alternative? Because we don't have team of like suppose if there are 10 peoples, we don't have 10 peoples in spare, isn't it? So succession planning is suppose A is absent, or if A is going on leave for 15 days, maybe he has some functions at his house. Suppose he is going on leave for 15 days, the who is going to look after, so like suppose if the production manager is going on leave, so who will take care? So there will be some you know kind of a successor like deputy production manager. Like suppose if principal wants to go, in case of institution, educational institution, principal wants to go on leave, then he will appoint vice principal or deputy principal, or maybe one of the most senior most HOD. So that is what is called as the succession planning. So which is very very much important, because it's a HR has already given policies that mm, you can go for leave, you can avail for so many leaves, and definitely the breaks are required. And not only it is entertainment, but sometimes the peoples may fall sick, because production manager, general manager, they are quite senior people. They already cross say 45, 50, so they are bound to get illness. So maybe 5 days, 10 days, they may remain in the hospital. So in that case, who is going to look after his work? That is what is succession planning. Hmm. So this is what is nothing but your HRIS, that is Human Resource Information System. So you have a software for this. Even people are using SAP also, ERP also for this human resources, or the companies which cannot afford this costly software, then they can have tailor-made software which is useful for their organization at smaller level and at much more economical level, because the small companies may not have that much data, or may not have that much complexity, or may not have that many departments, like big companies, MNCs. They have various branches not only in this country but other countries. Every branches will have various departments and so many things. So this is just a few of the softwares like SAP. So SAP is better known as ERP, that is Enterprise Resource Systems. Then Oracle, then Ultimate Software, then HRIS Specialist and HRIS Analyst. This is also a software. So if you are going for if you are hiring or if you are taking a software like say SAP Bolo, ERP, or BAN, then that implementation also takes some time. These softwares are quite big. The if you want to know this SAP etc., it will take at least 1 year to learn. So the implementation also takes some time. So it takes in around 6 steps, uh, like search, that is what is the need of the staff, what is the need of the peoples. Then planning and aligning. So you have to plan and you have to align in the direction of the need. So define and design. That is, you may design some groups, and then you configure it and test this. That is a run. That is called as a trial run. Then in this software there is a module called as the training and communication. So that is also one of the powerful module in most of these softwares. Then deployment and sustainability. Sustainability is most important. That is, whatever the systems, whatever the policies, whatever the rules that or whatever the protocols that you are designing, that should remain effective for a certain time or certain amount of time. So it should, your protocols, policies has to be defined properly, defined well. हाँ, ऐसा नहीं कि there are loopholes in the policies, or the policies are so weak that within 2 days or within 3 days it comes for the amendment that people can challenge. So it should not happen like that. So that is what is called as the sustainability. So this was about activities of HRID. Then you have something called as a, this is done. Before you go for e-recruitment, we'll just go through virtual FIR. So it refers to the process of providing a range of options in order to you know connect with various HR services. And this was very much effective in this COVID pandemic, in this lockdown. Like this is what the various services which can be done virtually. Like you have recruiting, genetic based discrimination, workplace diversity, employment history, direct hire, suspension. Suspension is also not easy. You have to follow the laws. That if something is wrong, if some staff is doing wrong, then first you have to give oral warnings. Orally you have to tell him. Orally, you cannot directly tell him that you don't come home tomorrow. First, you have to tell him orally, and that oral warnings, three oral warnings you have to give. Then once the oral warnings are done, then you have to give him three written warnings. Three written warnings. And even though there is no improvement, then only after this you can suspend. That with reference, then you have to give. You have to tell him that with reference to the oral warning so and so days, with reference to the written warnings on so and so date, uh, you are hereby suspended for so many days. uh, Please show cause the reason. And then also after suspension, if there is no suspension, is not retrenchment. There is a difference between suspension and retrenchment. Suspension means you are not allowing that particular staff to work for certain number of days, that is without pay, maybe 7 days, 15 days, or sometimes even for a 1 month. So you are suspended for 1 month, you are suspended for 2 months, like that it is. And then even if he fails to give satisfactory uh, reason, then you can give last and final warning that with reference to these oral warnings, written warnings, and suspension notice, you have failed to defend yourself, so you are hereby retrenched with so and so date करके, like that. So this is what, different areas where the HR is digitized. Same, that is disciplinary layoff. Disciplinary layoff means like something is, if some staff is doing wrong, then you can give him a layoff, 3 days layoff or 7 days layoff. Layoff means without without pay, without pay. Okay. So all these activities has been digitized. So e-recruitment. What is e-recruitment? It is also known as the online recruitment. So it is known as online recruitment, and it refers to the use of web-based technology. Web-based technology is nothing but, so it is software for the various process of attracting. That is, you have to attract the talent, you have to assess, then you have to select, then recruit, and then onboarding job candidates. Similarly, at the time of, like, whenever the peoples or the staff resigns, so that time also, this also can be done virtually or by digitally. Okay, so there also something called as a, exit, or something called as a exit interview, which is very important, that why the staff, particular staff is leaving, what is the reason. Hmm? So that is important, that exit interview, so that also can be done digitally. So what are the elements of e-recruitment? The elements of e-recruitment is applicant tracking, then employer's website, like employers on his website, most of the website, TCS bolo, Infosys bolo, most of the companies, they have on their website a tab called as a career. Okay, so in that career, if you click, mm, then you can see, what are the job opportunities a particular organization has, and then you can apply online. So this is now very common, this is very common. Then job boards, that is carry job advertisement from employers and agencies. Many organizations, in order to cut short their expenses of recruitment, because recruitment cost is very high. In this recruitment cost, first you have to draft the ad. Uh, you have to collect the information or the data from the various department for what is the requirement. Then you have to draft it, the matter. You have to draft the matter, and not only drafting the matter, that draft has to be approved also. You have to get it approved, because the draft you are going to advertise. Then this draft you are putting it on your portal, or you are putting it in a newspaper. So that proofreading, that coordination with the newspaper, that proofreading whether the the draft is correct or not, because it has to be checked properly. Understand, no? A small mistake, like say, uh, eh, you have asked for 12 years experienced candidates, and instead of 12 years, suppose the one is missing, okay, and it has come only two. So you will get, loads of, applications, those who are 2 years experience, I say. Contact, so many times you give the contact number. So in the contact number, suppose instead of 99, suppose if it is type 98, again it will create a havoc. So that's very carefully you have to, read the proof and approve the proof. Then moment it is advertised, then you start receiving the applications. So you have to do the sorting of the application, you have to go through each and every applications, you have to map with your requirements. Then you have to, send the invitations to the applicant. You have to call them, then their arrangement for the, return test, then the arrangement for the interviews, then group discussions, so many things are there. So all this can be eliminated, if the organization appoints a third party like consultants, agencies, so who do on your on on your behalf. So you have to just tell them that I want so many candidates, and then they will do the rest of things, right from conducting the, right from placing the advertisement, conducting the interviews, even the practical test also, certification, everything. They'll do it, and they will simply give the candidate, selected candidate directly. So that is what is nothing but, contacting the agencies, and this has proved to be very, economical for the bigger organizations, bigger organization. Online testing, that is
Sir,
candidates. Hello.
सर आई हैव वन डाउट।
Yeah.
वो एप्लीकेशन ट्रैकिंग सिस्टम जो होता है वो लोग का,
uh,
so they track the applications and all of that. Some of the
uh,
resumes are being rejected by them. So how to
uh,
get through that? और वो कभी-कभी कंपनीज को जाता ही नहीं है बिकॉज ऑफ दिस। जो आपने बोला ना कि एप्लीकेशन रिक्रूटमेंट वो लोग का जो ट्रैकिंग रहता है वो। So like sometimes it is found out that resumes don't go through it because of the application tracking system.
अच्छा, क्या होता है
तो
resumes? हाँ.
resumes वो सिस्टम ही रिजेक्ट कर देता है।
Because there are filters, no, they are applied for the they have filters, like suppose if you are applying for
So how
TCS.
to how to know that what are the filters and all of that and how to get through it? कभी-कभी वो जो
हाँ.
रिक्वायरमेंट है वो
हाँ.
रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से भी डाल देते हैं।
Acha.
बट
No,
देन
the filters are visible. No, like suppose TCS. Now, suppose if the requirement is say first class 60%. Okay,
हम्म
so
हम्म
there is a tab where you have to enter the marks. Okay, so if the total, see total, they will ask marks required. Total marks. So total marks is out of 600, and marks
हम्म
required is suppose 60% is the requirement. So
हम्म,
360 is the eligibility. So suppose
हाँ
if you have scored 359, then it will not take, automatically it is rejected. Or suppose
ओके
date of birth, so between so and so much of date of years, eligibility of the years, so between 25 years and 30 years, so even if you are falling short by one day, like date of birth, then automatically
हाँ
it gets filtered out, I say.
अच्छा।
So these are the filters which are,
So are they
mm,
visible on the this thing
yes, they are
on the
visible.
website?
Yeah, yeah, they
Can
are
you show us
visible.
please
Yeah,
one?
they are visible. Hmm.
No, no, can you show us please, sir?
No, I don't have, but you have to visit the websites,
Okay,
TCS and Infosys. So there, you can see those filters.
okay. And one
Yeah.
more thing, sir, just a reminder that in that meeting of parents, this is
Uh,
off topic, sir.
yeah.
In that parents student meeting,
Yeah.
the teachers mentioned about some form. So it's not been circulated yet.
Oh, yeah. See what
Please
happened. No, that
tell me.
form we have designed, and now that form has gone to principal for the approval.
Acha,
The content.
okay,
So once it gets approved from the principal, that content, hmm, then we
okay,
will send it to you.
okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank
So
you.
yesterday only we have sent it to principal. So just
Acha,
hold on for some time. As soon as it comes, no, maybe
okay,
another 3 4 days,
okay,
we'll definitely share with you.
okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Welcome. So these are the advantages of e-recruitment. It is cost effective. Now most of the IT companies, they are talking about, completely, work from home. Many IT companies, they are already told that this up to December 2021 you don't have to come. They have shut their offices. Only why? Because of the cost, drastic reduction in the cost. They don't have to pay for the rent, then electricity, and so many other things. So it is, another advantage is very fast also. It is very fast. That is, instead of inviting, hard copies and going through it, like we are talking about filters, etc. So the speed is it is very speedy and it is very fast. So it will reduce the hiring, time. It will reduce the hiring time. Like, um previously it used to take at least, uh, 1.5 month to 2 months for recruiting the positions. Now it is just 1 or 2 weeks. It is very fast. Another advantage of e-recruitment, like these companies, they visit the campus. So the visiting in campus is nothing great on their part. Actually, it's saving in their cost, because if they have to do this recruitment procedure at their end, then that will be very costly, isn't it? Right? It also includes the hospitality, then using their premises. So this is a better option that they go for the they go campus, okay, and they have to just carry their team members, 2 3 members, and rest of the things will be done by the college. Everything, shortening, shortlisting of the candidates, then places, rooms, hospitality, lunch, tea, everything will be borne by the colleges. So the cost is dramatically reduced. At the same time, disadvantages is it is not suitable for the senior position, because here the number of candidates are low. Uh, then you can get very high volume of responses. So these are all the disadvantages, because now, as I told, that it is just a email away, isn't it? The candidate, he doesn't have to bear any cost. So he will always, what will do, even if he is not eligible, he will send his resume, I say. So if there are 10 positions, then they may receive 10,000 applications. So you have to, it becomes very difficult to go through all these applications. So this is e-training. That is, again, e-training is, now you must have been attending, many online in during the lockdown, webinars, seminars, development programs, then training programs. So in lockdown, you must have definitely done these programs. That is what is nothing but your e-training. So again, advantage of e-training is the ease. You can sit anywhere. No need to come to a particular place. Uh, you can be at home, uh, be comfortable. No need to travel. You're fresh, you know. And it is again rapid also. Only what that face-to-face flavor is not there. So So if you don't have, interactive kind of training, then the objectives may not be fulfilled. So there are, advantages as well as disadvantages also. And this e-training has become, it has become very economical, whereas this classroom training is comparatively expensive. But according to me, as my personal experience, this, if in terms of effectiveness, the classroom training is better. And of course, if you are talking about practicals in hardcore branches like mechanical engineering, production engineering, then we have constraints on practical training. So this is what the process is. What are the activities involved? Then e-training program process. So you have to identify the needs, design the program, then infrastructure, then you have to launch it. This is need identification, then program designing of the program, then building of the infrastructure, then launching the program. Advantages, disadvantages. You can go through this. Disadvantages is that learner capabilities. You are not sure whether the learner they are really learned or not. Then openness, flexibility, that friendly attitude, that interactiveness, uh, that is not there in e-training. So blended training is nothing but it's a combination of e-training, that is, and plus classroom training. So whatever possible is e-training, and remaining is classroom training or practical learning. Sometimes this blended training we try to incorporate last year also. That is, we took a survey that whoever wants to take come for the practicals on CNC machines or on CAD CAM, they can come here. We actually formed small batches also, 10 students ka batches, like 10 students or 5 students will do training on CNC lathe, 5 on CNC mill, and 10 in CAD CAM. But then unfortunately, uh, it did not materialized. There were some issues from not only from the institution as well as from parents also, because of the mainly for the traveling and the safety, because how much, no matter how much care you take, there may be some chances of infections during the traveling. Like institution is taking 100% care, home at home also 100% care is taken, but what happens, what about in between, what about in between, that is between institution and home? So we don't guarantee, so why to take risk unnecessarily? And from the university also there was not much, uh, I mean, emphasis that student has to come to the institution physically. So human resource planning is also important. Just because of the absence of a person, the production should not suffer. So that is what is most important. So we say that everyone must be replaced. It everyone must be replaced means it is with a good intention and not with the ill intention. इसका मतलब ऐसा नहीं everyone must be retrenched, everyone must be replaced. See, if you don't provide replacement for you, remember, then you will not grow, you will not grow. This is the mantra. You have to always look for your replacement. uh, you have to promote who is working under you, then only you can go up. Uh, so why the replacement is required? Because of promotion, people's they go on vacation, then people's will retire, then people's may fall sick, uh, then there is career change means everybody looks for, don't nobody wants to work in the same section throughout his life for 40 years. So that's why the role of human resource is very important. And this is what we are talking about, successor planning or replacement planning. So HR has to do it very carefully, because the people's they get touched. Like suppose if one worker is working on say tire assembly, or say differential gearbox assembly, or say engine testing, moment you give one more person to him, अरे इसको भी जरा train करो on testing, इंजन टेस्टिंग, ही विल नॉट कोऑपरेट। उसको उसका इसमें डर रहता है, अरे इसको क्यों लाया, मतलब क्या मेरे को कंपनी निकालने वाली है क्या, इमीडिएटली द फर्स्ट इम्प्रेशन उसके दिमाग में यही आता है। लेकिन एचआर का या मैनेजमेंट का थिंकिंग में बी दैट पर्सन हु इज वर्किंग ऑन इंजन टेस्टिंग, he could be used in a better way to some other department, some job change that he doesn't think। उसको क्या लगता है अभी मेरा जॉब गया, अंडरस्टैंड ना। सो वो बराबर जो आदमी देता है उसको ट्रेन नहीं करते हैं ऐसा। सो these आर द थिंग्स which are the hurdles in human resource planning। They have to analyze the labor supply, they have to analyze the labor demand, uh, then there has to be a balance, labor demand with the supply। ऐसा नहीं कि सरप्लस लेबर है, सरप्लस कैजुअल लेबर। So otherwise if you have say surplus labor, then unnecessarily they will be sitting idle, so they become like elephants, which you are paying, without any output। So so that is again a skill, this human resource planning, that is basically a replacement planning, which has to be done carefully, without any, without damaging the existing scenario। Uh, Job analysis, then job evaluations, we have seen। So it's my, I mean, you can, my request that you can go through this. This was just a video for the job analysis. A good video it is. Please go through this. What are the steps in the training program? As I have been telling, now HR is also recruiting engineers. HR is also recruiting engineers. And there is a growth in HR department also। ऐसा नहीं है कि HR is, actually there is growth in every department as long as you go deep and deep in that department। You have to go as much as in depth as much as possible, that is what my advice is। Then there is a scope in every department। So some useful videos, good videos is this, do visit।
Yes, sir.
That is what are the training methods, how to identify the training needs, that is what is given in this video। Again you have in OSHA regulations which we have done, occupational safety and health administration। So this we have done earlier। Then there is a difference between personal management and HR। Earlier both were same, but now because of the professionalism, there is clear cut difference between personal management and HRM। So this we will do in next time, because this is useful from examination point of view. Yeah. So mm, as well, you wait for some time, so you will get that all of you. You means all of you will get that consent form once the
Okay, sir.
principal approves it.
And sir,
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
about the
Okay.
list,
Yeah, Arshit. Speak
sir,
loudly, thoda.
yes sir, what I'm saying is वो list
Yeah.
जो है वो
Just little loudly, please.
sir, I'm talking about the list, internship list, companies list, sir. When
Ha
will we
ha.
get that?
Yeah, yeah. That also we are preparing, and so that also we will get should in 10 days time, because we are also contacting the industries also. That is industries which are ready to take the interns. So we are into the compilation stage,
Okay,
and
sir.
this training is going to start in last week of October or first week of November. So we have time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Welcome.